The Universal God of Destruction tournament is heating up with Piccolo stepping on forward after Goku's defeat during the second round of the tournament to battle against none other than the person that defeated Goku in last week's episode, Frost. Welcome Dragon Ball fans to my official Dragon Ball Super episodic breakdown review of Dragon Ball Super episode 34, Piccolo vs. Frost, leading into Dragon Ball Super episode 35, Vegeta vs. Frost. Now I know a lot of you guys may be shocked on just hearing the title alone, but now for those of you out there who haven't checked out my previous Dragon Ball Super episode 34 review, be sure to go on ahead and check it out. Link is down in the description and comment section below, alongside the theory behind Vegeta versus Kabe in the future to come. Now, episode 34 of Dragon Ball Super was absolutely insane. We had twists, we had turns, we had unexpected events happen, that leading into Piccolo versus Frost. Now, a lot of people were actually doubting Piccolo as he stepped up against Frost, given the circumstance that it required Goku to become a Super Saiyan, I guess to ultimately bring out the best of Frost, which a lot of people were then looking at Piccolo like, alright, well, if Goku was able to bring the best out of Frost and still overshadow him, how is Piccolo going to do against Frost when Frost was able to even beat down and defeat Goku? So, going into this, guys, Piccolo versus Frost, it was really good. Again, it was a really short fight, which I'm starting to complain about because this entire Universal God of Destruction tournament is happening way too fast. Already, we already have gotten through Botamo versus Goku, Goku versus Frost, Piccolo versus Frost, which is going to lead into next week's episode of Vegeta versus Frost. Now, first things first, it is confirmed that Frost is indeed a space pirate. He is a bad guy. We were all deceived. We were all lied to. And I myself was fooled by this because here I thought, okay, well, there actually exists another entity out there similar to Frieza, but he ultimately is a good person. But essentially in this episode, I was wrong, you were wrong, everybody was wrong. This dude, it had poison. This dude had a weapon that contained poison, in which case it paralyzed his opponents, causing him to win. That's exactly what happened with Goku. So to sum it all up in terms of Goku versus Frost, Frost used poison to poison Goku to defeat him, as we saw in this episode where he did the exact same thing to Piccolo. Now I will say, as Piccolo was charging his special beam cannon, Frost was on the offensive. He pretty much was on the move. He was trying to, knock Piccolo down, and ultimately during the first half it didn't really work until he was able to poison Piccolo. He was able to strike that little needle within his arm, and then once that happened, Piccolo dropped his guard and Frost was able to execute, kicking Piccolo right in the chest. And then what I thought he broke Piccolo's jaw. It was really nuts. So Piccolo was actually, he was faring up very well when he was able to wrap his arm around Frost, just momentarily holding him there. And here I thought he was gonna unleash his special beam cannon. It was gonna like bounce off Frost's head or something. And I also want you guys to keep in mind that Frost was fighting Piccolo at nearly half the strength that he was when he was fighting Goku, because at this point, Goku wore Frost out. He definitely wore him out, as we saw when Goku fought Frost. I mean, Frost was barely able to even stand up, unless, of course, that was a giant lie, too. Maybe he's masking something, who knows? But going into this, Piccolo was just dodging all of his attacks. Frost was desperately trying to, like, beam him. He was trying to blast, like, and just unleash all these ki blasts and stuff, and it really wasn't working until it came down to just, guerrilla warfare, where they were brawling it all out. And I will say Frost got the best of Piccolo. He nearly, knocked the beam out of his hand, I guess, because Piccolo was, like, staggering. He was trying to, like, remain intact. So Frost kicked him. Piccolo almost got eliminated. He flew towards the edge of the ring. And as, Frost was about to give, like, his little speech, Piccolo wrapped his arm around, Frost very tightly. And with the other hand, he was charging up the beam. He was charging up the special beam cannon. And I was going crazy. I was like, holy crap, this might be it. But then we see Frost lift up his hand as he was being consumed by Piccolo's arm. And he kind of, like, nudged it a little bit. Like, he kind of poked Piccolo. And Piccolo was, like, losing it, man. Like, his eyes were getting all glary, like he was staggering, and ultimately he let go of Frost. Frost charged him, punched him right in the gut. I thought he broke his jaw, and again, the special beam cannon went up in the air, it went through the biodome, it went through the dome, and there was a lot of air being sucked out. Everybody was shocked. The Champa was shocked, and if you guys really pay attention here, if you look at the entire episode and you pay attention to Champa, Champa's been shocked more times than anyone else. Beerus doesn't seem to be that shocked. Beerus was definitely shocked at certain things during this episode, one being when Goku was eliminated, the other one being when Piccolo was eliminated. And yes, Piccolo was eliminated because once Frost did that, he pretty much caused a TKO. He placed his palm on Piccolo's chest and he blew a giant hole within like the center of his chest, which was very similar to Frieza. And also, like, speaking of Frieza, if you guys pay attention, right, to the Resurrection F music in Dragon Ball Super, to when Frieza was fighting Goku and Frieza was fighting Vegeta, if you pay close attention, they were using the same music for Frost towards the ending of this episode, in which case Frost does confirm it for himself that he is a space pirate. He's not a good person. He's an evil person who here was lied to. All of us were all deceived, and it was actually really cool. It was actually very refreshing to see this happen because nobody was expecting it, and Champa was very pissed because like when Piccolo went down first, Champa was happy, Beerus was shocked, everybody was like, what the heck? Jocko pointed out that there was something within you know, Frost's arm, there was something like lodged inside of him, and he was definitely using something, somewhat of a weapon, and Jocko was ordering, you know, the ref to check him out and like search him, and Vegeta got up, and Vegeta's like, yep, search him, you have to search him, he's definitely using something here to throw everybody off, because when Beerus was inspecting Goku was like, I don't know what happened, man. All I know is that 1 minute I'm in control, and the next minute I'm fainting in and out, like I'm about to, like, you know, just get knocked out. So that's exactly what happened. I mean, and speaking of Goku, something that was very noble here was Chi-Chi actually leaped up out of her seat just to check up on her husband, and that was really noble of her, you know, because like she was really concerned about him. But needless to say, Frost admits, he lifts up his hand, he's like, yes, I do have the ability to create poison. I poisoned you bastards. And I was like, oh my god, this dude is able to poison people. I mean, he poisoned Goku, causing him like to get temporarily knocked out and ultimately defeated. He pretty much beat Piccolo, but essentially the tournament, the result for that round was switched, meaning Piccolo actually won instead of Frost, and Champa was very mad. Champa wanted to kill Frost, like he wanted to blow a hole in his freaking face, but Vegeta was the one that, you know, caused Champa to stop, because Vegeta's like, you know what, instead of disqualifying him, instead of killing him off, I'm gonna get rid of him, I'm gonna step up, I'm gonna be that guy that's gonna show this dude what it's all about. And I'm very excited about this because in next week's episode we have Super Saiyan Vegeta versus Frost. How awesome is that? And no, a lot of us are expecting to see God forms. Not yet. We're not going to see God forms just necessarily yet. I do believe that the only times we're going to get to see God forms is when Kabe and Hit step up to the plate, because I think those two are definitely going to be a problem, especially Hit. Nobody in the comment section below can tell me that Hit is not going to be a problem. Again, in this episode, Hit did not give a shit. Hit was sitting there with his legs crossed, his head down, his eyes closed. He didn't care. He didn't pay attention. He just didn't seem interested as to what was going on. He didn't even care if his own teammate was cheating. Hit does not care. Now, it leaves me to wonder here, like, is Frost the only evil character on that team, or does Hit had something planned? I mean, we don't know here. So, again, you know, Frost is about to walk off, and Champa's like, that's it, I'm about to kill him. And Vegeta's like, no, allow me to take, you know, Piccolo's place. And ultimately, what happened here is we're gonna have, like, somewhat of a rematch, except having Piccolo, you know, being substituted for Vegeta. Now, Vegeta is gonna wreck this dude. I think that Frost is definitely gonna try to poison Vegeta, but we all know that Vegeta's record here shows that he does not play with that. So, given the circumstance that he just came fresh out of a fight with Golden Frieza, I think Vegeta's gonna view Frost the same way he did Golden Frieza, and he is gonna wreck him so bad. I don't think Vegeta's gonna kill him because, again, the rules within this tournament are that you can't kill anybody, otherwise you'll be disqualified, and you can't use weapons, you can't use swords, you can't use, you know, foreign objects. You have to have, like, you know, your own fists, you have to knuckle up, or you have to use energy waves and stuff. So I do think that Vegeta is gonna beat the respect out of Frost, and that's exactly what's gonna happen in next week's episode, Vegeta versus Frost. If you guys are hyped about that, smash that like button, because I am hyped as hell. And you guys can go ahead and watch the sub version on various websites out there. It's gonna drop tomorrow, which I cannot wait for. But again, I mean, Frost revealing to everybody that he is indeed a space pirate. He is, in fact, you know, the Emperor of Universe 6, but he's ultimately evil at the same time. So everything that he was saying about himself was a cover-up. The handshake was a lie. Everything was a lie to get the best of his opponent, in which case he did. He dropped Goku's guard. I mean, he was shaking his hand, but then again, Goku knew, because Goku was like, man, listen, I fought someone very similar to you. So, but at the same time, again, nobody in the Dragon Ball community can compare Frost to Golden Frieza here, because, even Frieza, scratch off Golden Frieza, even Frieza, because in my humble opinion, this is what I think the only prodigy to ever emerge from Frieza's race is, in fact, Frieza. I refuse to believe that Frost is a prodigy. I refuse to believe that King Cold is a prodigy. I refuse to believe that anyone else aside from Frieza is a prodigy. We saw that when he was training. We saw that when he came back and he fought Goku and Vegeta. He had a new transformation. He stepped up his game. Frost, on the other hand, I would say Frost is much more cunning and he's much more deceptive, because he deceived everybody. He told everybody, yeah, you know, let's have a fair fight. And if it were not for Jocko pointing that out, if it were not for Jocko pointing out the fact that he had something on him, none of us would have known. Probably Frost would have went on ahead to beat everybody, even Monaka, because he had that ability to use that. But again, Vegeta versus Frost. Comment down below as to what you guys think is going to happen, because this is going to be a groundbreaking fight. I cannot wait, because I do want to see what Vegeta can do in his regular base Super Saiyan form, because we saw what he was able to do as a god, right? and now given the circumstance that he had 3 years of training, can you imagine the depth and magnitude of how powerful this dude is? He is going to be strong as hell. So comment down below, guys, and let me know. Next week's episode is going to be absolutely amazing, and indeed, guys, you guys are right, man. You guys are right. Frost is cold-blooded. So comment down below, guys. Once again, thank you all for watching. If you guys are Dragon Ball fans, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way you guys don't miss a single Dragon Ball update. If you guys are hyped about this, if you guys cannot wait to see Vegeta versus Frost, smash that like button. Leave your overall thoughts down in the description and comment section below, and tune in for the next update, guys. I have lots of surprises for you. I'm going to be talking within the community down in the comment section below. I want to interact with you guys. I want to know your thoughts on this, because I was deceived. I thought Frost was strong. He is, in fact, you know, a little bit weakened. I thought Frost was a good guy. He, in terms of fact, be a bad guy. So it's crazy. I would like to interact with you guys down in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching once again. Tune in for more, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.